that you did make a way, Father. We thank you, Father God, for the new creation that you created right now in the kingdom, and those of us that are born again, Father God, that have been reformed, Father God, in your image, Lord. We thank you, Lord, that you restored us. You've established us, Father God. You've given us authority, Father God, over all things that will harm us, Father God. You've given us your wisdom, Father God. You've given us a way. You've given us yourself, Father. We just embrace you now this day. We give you free reign in this place. I pray that each of us, Father God, will receive, Father God, a divine impartation from you and you alone this day, Father God. I ask you to speak to us individually and collectively. May we hear you and you alone, and hear, Father God, what you're speaking to us this day in this place, Lord, in Jesus' name. Amen. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome out again. Let's get started. Time. We will have Holy Communion today, so if you would please, just a little high here, brother. Turn please to Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews 11, we'll start there and go. Because what the Word of God gave me for the scripture is, as members of the kingdom, yes, what do you believe? See, whether we're aware of that or not, we're always being challenged on what we believe. It's a never-ending process, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it's going to reinforce one or two things. It's going to make me aware that I need to adjust some things that I think I believe that I don't believe. Or it's going to identify to me what I truly believe and allow me to act accordingly. But see, as members of the kingdom of God, we must know what we believe as pertains to our kingdom, because what we believe dictates how we act. What we do and decisions that we make is based upon whether we want to admit it or not, is based on what we believe. Give you an example in the Garden of Eden. Eventually, irregardless to the fact that God had told Adam, and Adam told Eve, or maybe told them both, but I know the fruit, that do not touch this fruit, do not eat of this fruit, or you should surely die. Satan came around and said something different. Oh no, you won't really die. So you tell me, which they believe? What did they do? Eventually they ate of the fruit. So they obviously did not believe what God said. Because when they believed, they told Satan to beat the feet and crawl on away from me and leave me alone, because I don't believe what you say. But see, that same process is being played over and over and over in the kingdom, and our beliefs are being challenged. And the thing is, we don't even know it, and we just adjust. Because debates we have, and especially if we're believers, debates that we have in society, it really makes no sense. Because sometimes you think about it, it just makes no sense. You know, I could get into specifics, but it'll take too long. But something that we want legislation about, people want to talk about it, debate about, it makes no sense. Especially when you try to bring it, and the body of Christ, the people in the kingdom, try to adjudicate this. Well, we need to make a decision on whether we believe this or not. Wait a minute, I got news for them. Our beliefs have already been, what we're to believe has already been established in the Word. Our responsibility is to adhere to it. And now we're going to talk about the benefits of adhering to believing in God, believing in His Word. So I ask you to turn to Hebrews. We're going to look at Hebrews chapter 1. The base scripture is going to be Hebrews 11:6. Hebrews 11:6. And I'm going to read it, and I'm going to, amplify some words here. Hopefully everybody's there. Hebrews 11:6. Well, I'm not going to have it written down. This is what Hebrews 11:6 says. It's quoted quite a bit. It says, but without faith, it is impossible to please Him. That means God. Then there's a semicolon. For he that cometh to God must believe. Now what does that mean? Okay, must believe. I think I understand. Believe here means to, and this, I'm going to say something you probably already know. It means to have faith in or to trust in Him. So when it says that, if I'm going to come to God, I must believe, or you must believe that He is. See, that's the first thing. You must believe that He is. Because the thing is, God calls us to Himself. We get saved by God, I'm going to help myself here, not of ourselves. He gives us revelation of Him. So we have to believe Him. Because guess what? If we don't believe Him, we're going to answer some other God. I That's news flash. We're going to answer to some other God if it's not this one. So we're going to talk about the most holy, the most high God. That he is, and look at this, and that he is a rewarder. And I got to confess, I never really researched that word reward. They're thinking, okay, you get saved and start to get stuff. You know, it's like Santa Claus. You're like, I'm in Toys R Us with a gift certificate. No, that's not what the word means. And that was me. I had to do this for me. That word rewarder actually means, I had to break it down in syllables here. It means, the root word means to remunerate. Remunerate. It's sort of a legal term. That means to pay an equivalent for a service. So by us believing in God, he rewards us by returning to us an equivalent for that service or that belief. So that belief in God entitles us to something from God. What does it entitle us to? What does God give us in return for our belief? And it's not Bible study, so I'm not going to pause on that. It's sort of rhetorical. But I got to tell you what he doesn't give us. He doesn't give us airplanes and mansions and Rolls Royces and Lamborghinis, Armani suits, you know, the top line wardrobe. He doesn't give you all that. No. This is what he gives us. Well, he's a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. Now, what is this reward that we get? Glad you asked. Let's turn over to Galatians chapter 3. Galatians 3. I want to know, what do I get? What do we get? See, to have that belief system, we got to know that how it works in fullness. We just can't, or shouldn't, sometimes we do it as believers, we just shouldn't say something and think that we know what this whole process looks like. That's why we got a bunch of people that say they believe us walking around and doing stuff that appears to be very ignorant and foolish. See, if I know what I believe, then I got to know the whole process.
That's right.
It's like working the geometry problem. Once I know it, okay, this is up, this equals that, okay, I got it. But sometimes we start on one side of the equation and don't know what the other side equals. Don't go past that equal sign and stay on this left side of the equation and never know what it is. We just start plugging in, making up stuff. Oh, that's bad, that's wrong answer, man, that's the wrong answer. That's not me. This is what God, we get for believing in God. Galatians 3, verse 5 through 7 reads, therefore, he who supplies the Spirit, all right, he who supplies the Spirit to you and works miracles among you, he does what he does by the working of the law, or by hearing of faith. Oh no, he said, he does it, let me start over. Therefore, he who supplies the Spirit to you works miracles among you. Does he do it by works of the law or by the hearing of faith? Just as Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. Therefore, know that only those who are of faith are the sons of Abraham. Verse 6 tells us that Abraham believed in God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. So our belief in God allows God, he remunerates us, or the equivalent exchange we get from God for our belief is to be righteous in his sight. To have the right relationship with him. We go from being, when we get saved, from being his enemy to being his friend. And now you think about it, once you become a son, once you're in and you were out, you know, once we did that, came from being an enemy to getting in this proper relationship with God, and that cannot be overstated. Now, first, one thing, you know, I'm no longer at war with God, so I'm not under the penalty of death. But secondly, I'm in a relationship with God where things that I need, you think about it, those of us as parents, your kids don't have to ask you for stuff. They don't have to like, mama, when you go to the grocery and buy some food, when you buy me some clothes, mommy, I'm like, can't wear those, you know, I'm like 10. Well, last time you bought me some clothes, I was 2. They don't have to ask you that. You know, you're walking around with shoes, like, hey, wear this much shoes. Well, see, God does us the same way. Because what the word says, seek ye first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you.
Amen.
See, what we need to do is get in that right standing. I need to know, we need to know that because I believe in God, this puts me in a relationship with him where I don't even have to ask what I need. He knows what I need. He's going to provide. All I have to be is aware of that and stay in right standing with him.
Amen.
But we're taught to beg God for stuff that we're already entitled to. It makes no sense. I'm not sending you any prayer cloths. I'm not sending any, so I'm not buying seeds and buying miracle water or miracle soup. No. See, that stuff is already all the that madness needs to stop.
Amen. Yes.
Wish I had the power to stop it all, because you're duping people and got people. That's crazy. Just like you go to Brother Sean's house, he already had a cookie. I got a big meal laying up there. Oh, Sean, will you cook some food? Man, give me some food. Like, man, right there. No, Sean, give me some food. It's right there. Bro, I invited you here. You didn't have to do anything. See, you begged for stuff that's already there. Sean's like, why should I eat? No, Sean, I want some food. This food is there. See, that's how we do God. We're asking for stuff He's giving us. He said, you need to be aware. He's like, brother, you need to open your eyes and look around, and you'll see all this food sitting on the table, and you'll sit down and eat it. But instead, we're running around doing religious stuff, cooking up stuff. I'm supposed to see us do religious drama. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I've given you all you need. What are you performing for?
Amen.
Well, I don't understand that. So that's the power of having a belief and knowing that what that belief does, it makes us right with God. And see, once we're right with God, it doesn't matter what our relationship is per se as man perceives. Because you don't have to please people.
That's right.
Because you know what happens? Once other people are aware that they're right with God, and you know that you're right with God, you don't try to please each other. We all try to please God, and guess what happens? We live in harmony with each other.
That's the word.
There's power in knowing what we believe.
Yeah, brother.
It prevents a whole lot of problems, and it saves us a whole lot of energy and time and effort. So once we diligently seek God, we know that we're right. So now we've established the fact we know that we're right. No, brothers and sisters, that our belief in God has made us right with God. And see, that's very important to me. That's extremely important. Especially, you walk somebody like, I use Brother Sean again. I'm picking on my brother there a little bit. But see, if I'm at odds with Sean, I'm older, I'm smaller, and I'm weaker, I don't want to fight with him. Not a physical altercation. Because to me, that's like a lose-lose situation. Now, God is much bigger than Sean. But when you see the relationship, we have to be aware that God is this God that does not want to take action to harm us. However, He's so much bigger than us, so much more powerful than we are. We should be terrified of getting in a position where what I do and think and act is in opposition to Him.
All right.
That's how we just roll up to Sean. I just slap him, Sean. You don't trouble. Then I wake up in the emergency room and I said, I wish I wouldn't have did that. But see, spiritually, that's what we do with God. Because we don't know how to relate to Him. We do things and we think and understand. God doesn't punish us that way. What He does is just remove His grace.
Yes, sir.
So that's what He said. When you physically die, what He's saying, what you're going to do, you're going to put yourself in a position where I can't relate to you. And I can't continue to save you and provide for you. That's why you got to leave my provision, get out of my garden, and go out here and fend for yourself. And guess what? That still happens now. You see people that believe going through, because their belief system got all distorted. And now you have moved from the position of blessing over there to over here. And Satan didn't do nothing. Satan has no power. Satan is like Pee Wee Herman. He's a Rudy Poo. All you got is psychological warfare. See, once I get into the wrong belief system, though, I've given him power.
All right. Come on.
See, the only power, that's the thing. See, most Christians probably wouldn't believe that. The power he has to influence and really have an impact on believers is given to him by us.
That's right.
I mean, leaving the fortress,
Come on.
leaving the kingdom and the protection of the king, and going out here and fending on myself. And that's a lose-lose situation. I probably already touched that. Oh, man. Y'all forgive me, I guess. I go so far with my notes sometimes.
That's all right.
Wow. Okay, let's turn over to Ephesians chapter 2. Ephesians 2. Okay. Ephesians 2. What does this belief do? How do we see? Belief and faith are interchanged. What does faith do? What is the benefit of having faith in God? Ephesians 2, and this is a popular scripture that's used, we use it a lot in evangelism. But let's just read. I'm going to read verse 1 through 10. Because salvation is made possible through faith, and faith alone. You can't buy it, there's no way to perform it, there's only one way to get it is provided, and we decide to accept it. Ephesians 2, starting with verse 1 reads, "And you he made alive who were dead in trespasses and sin, in which you once walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit who now works in the sons of disobedience." That's our prior state. "Among whom we also all were once conducted ourselves in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, just as the others." This is the previous condition. "But God, who is rich in mercy, because of his great love in which he loved us, even when we were dead in trespasses, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you've been saved, and raised up together, and made to sit in the heavenly place in Christ Jesus, that in the age to come he might show the exceeding riches of his grace and his kindness toward us in Christ Jesus." Verse 8 and 10, what I want to focus on. "For by grace you've been saved through faith." See, by the grace of God saves us by our faith in that grace. See, you think about that rewarder, that remuneration that it gives us. Grace is there, but once we apply our faith to it, once we believe the word of God. And I was thinking, I was pondering on that so long. I'm like, God, but the word comes out, and why does it have, I know he has a different effect on it. But see, sometimes you can think just because people are in a place and the word of God is being preached, truly preached, there's always going to be one or two reactions. People are going to believe it or not believe it.
That's right.
It's amazing how two people can hear the same thing and reach two different conclusions. And you think, oh well. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I'm not here to expound and try to reason that, but I just find it just mystifying. How when the truth comes forth, it has different effects, or it doesn't have that effect. But it's the same thing, though. People, I said, people can believe the Bible. I believe that the Bible is true. However, I also don't believe everything in it because I don't want to adhere to everything in there all the time. So anytime I do anything contrary to God's word, for that time, I didn't believe that.
That's right.
That's hard to accept, but that's got to be the truth. Because if I believe it, I'm going to do it.
That's right.
Now, we're constantly adjusting what we believe, because, we go out there and like, oh, man, that didn't work at all. Let me go back and read what did God really say about that. And we're going to have to get to the place that we got to do, because I think we mastered it here to a certain degree. I got to stop listening to what people say about the word of God, and then I got to find out for myself what God says. Then guess what? I cannot be fooled by, the Jedi mind trick. Like, wait a minute, well, Bishop so-and-so said that. Well, Bishop so-and-so don't have no help in hell put me in.
That's right.
I don't care, no disrespect to Bishop, whoever, but I need to know what this says for myself. And I need to get to the point, I believe what God, and I receive revelation from God. Therefore, when people truly speak spiritually the things of God, it is going to link with our spirits. Okay, this confirms what I believe in God. Don't believe what Pastor Ed said. Pastor Ed going through the same thing you're going through. My belief system is being remodified, and I have to check it all the time. But we got to receive that revelation. Our belief has got to be based on revelation that we have from God.
Yes, sir.
Just like Jesus told Peter when he asked, asked all of them, who did the world say I am? And he told them, oh, you're this, John the Baptist, or Elijah. Okay, who do you say? Peter told him, okay, he's the Messiah, you're the Son of the living God. He said, flesh and blood didn't even tell you that.
That's right.
You were incapable. See, that's another thing. As human beings, we go, oh man, I got like 4 PhDs. Doesn't matter. You can have 400 PhDs. You can only know about me from me. That's what God says. You don't need an education. You can be illiterate. You don't have to be able to read or write. You don't have to be able to talk. You don't have to be able to see. You don't even have to be able to hear.
Amen.
God can reveal himself. Because if not, he wouldn't be God.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
See, it's so powerful. I don't know why we're going to put all this I got a flash. I don't know if I want to say it. But a lot of stuff would be disbound if people really got this revelation. Now, why am I going here and jamming in, take me out at the park, and then I got to catch a trolley to a train to a golf cart and get into the building. You have to leave at 7 in the morning to get to the 1 o'clock service. That's crazy. But all the time, all we need to do is focus on what we believe and open ourselves up to the revelation of God. Like getting this all relational things. We need to be in relationship with people that believe in God. I don't have time to hang out with people that don't believe in God. If you're not a follower of Christ, no disrespect, I do not have time. And no inclination to really have fellowship with you, because basically the only thing that's needed there is revelation of Christ. And you're not against those people. But brothers, we got time trying to save church folks who want to debate with you. See, that's a trick of Satan. That's what he wanted us to do, right? Right, Pastor Dave? Like, no, I'm just going to claim what God's word says, and you do with it what you will. But I'm not going to sit here and try to do a chick for tat like
That's right. That's right.
running for office. I'm not trying to out-debate you or convince you that God is good. It's only one God. We shouldn't have any disagreement. We're supposed to be talking about the same thing. We're supposed to believe the same thing. Oh, God, let me finish here. Okay, I said, okay. In verse, it is, for grace you've been saved through faith, and not of yourself. It is the gift of God, not works lest anyone should boast. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in. See, there's an ordinary, there's a way for that. God wants us to do certain things. He wants us to live a certain way. He wants us to represent certain things here on this earth. It's already preordained, but to do that, we got to yield ourselves to him, get revelation from him, and believe and continue to walk in what he believes. Because just as soldiers, they enlist in the army, and then drama come around for them, they do what they do sometimes. Sometimes some can't take it. Well, I think I'll just desert it. I just run away. Christians do the same thing. And if they do it, no disrespect to anybody, if they can do it by just not coming to church. No, it's deeper than that. Being in the kingdom is not predicated on whether you go to church or not. It's what you believe.
That's right.
See, okay, I don't believe in God because of what the pastor's church over there did. See, that's not wise.
That's right.
Come on.
That's really not wise. Not to get to that point. I understand you disassociate, but don't get to the point to think this is the interpretation of God. This person represents God, therefore he's wrong. So ergo, I'm going to just not do anything God. I'm just, dismount my whole belief system based on what somebody else said. That makes no sense. That's what Adam and Eve did. They dismount their belief system and established a new belief system, which totally was wrong. How do we get faith? Let's turn to 1 Corinthians. Well, that's important. I need to know where my faith comes from. If I just buy enough T.D. Jakes books or Joel Osteen books, go to enough conferences, and First Corinthians chapter 2. Make all these prosperity messages and conferences and here's all this thing. I can be like so and so and God. That'll give me more faith. Doing stuff give me more faith. I'm afraid not, brothers and sisters. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 reads, starting verse 1. And I, brethren, then came to you. I did not come with excellence of speech. This is Apostle Paul writing to the Corinthians. I did not come with excellence of speech or wisdom to declare, of wisdom declaring to you the testimony of God. Now this is what Paul said. I'm not a great orator. I didn't come to you because I can just string together great sentences to impress you with my knowledge and my ability to talk.
Come on.
And I did not come to you or wisdom, of my own wisdom, declaring to you the testimony of God. So what I am saying to you is not because I can talk well, or is it because I am wise? The first thing Paul did is remove himself from the equation. For I determined not to know anything among you except Jesus Christ and Him crucified. Here's Paul, and I would venture to say, I think it's safe to say, and help me out back there, Sister Jones, I go straight. This time, Apostle Paul had to be one of the smartest people on the face of the earth.
Yep.
Is that a fair statement? Some of the other theologians. He had to be, if not the, he had to be one of them. But he said, I determined to know, not to know anything. Paul said, I don't know nothing. All these diplomas, all these scrolls, all this learning, I don't know anything. This is what I know. I know Jesus Christ and Him crucified. See how he simplified the gospel to the power of the Christ? Now Paul said, this is what I give to you. And anytime, that's what that means. If people are not giving you Christ or the things of Christ and crucified, they give you something of themselves.
That's right. Okay.
That's right.
In my opinion, and my little limited knowledge and wisdom, really means nothing. If I'm not giving you Christ and Him crucified, I am doing you a disservice. Verse 3 says, I was with you in weakness and fear and in much trembling. He's showing his reverence for Christ. Paul said, this thing I do is not something I just flippantly do. I am terrified of what I have to do. So I know how important it is. For me and for you.
Okay.
And trust me, that dynamic still goes on. I don't understand. Some preachers will say stuff, bet some stuff recorded on the TV. I'm like, Lord, have mercy. How did that come out of his earth mouth? And it just went on like it was nothing. I changed the channel to Columbo. And Apostle Paul goes on, and my speech and my preaching were not with persuasive words or human wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power, that your faith should not be in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. Amen. See, a true minister, if you're going to preach and teach God, all we should be is like, pathfinders. We pointing to Jesus Christ.
That's it.
Now, not me, I'm not important. I'm like a road guard. Just give me a road guard best. I'll take that. But all I'm doing is showing you that's what I'm saying. Like, all I'm doing, not a road guard. I'm just here to keep you safe. I'm showing you where the safe area is.
Come on now,
and that's Christ, not me. I'm just a road guard. I can be easily replaced. But you get my road guard best somebody else on a heartbeat. It's not me. That's what Paul said. I'm pointing you to Christ and Christ crucified. Because this power you have, this faith that you have, comes from God Himself. It doesn't come from men. So if we think we can run around, and I'm not speaking to get confidence in things people do, but see, if you have no faith and confidence in you, but you're wasting your money. You're just flying around. What you're doing, you're taking vacations. Spiritual vacation. They'll keep entertaining you. They keep having confidence. Because I guarantee you, I've never been to one, but I don't know how many times they have a little block you check out. Is that faith in God or not? Nah, they want to know that your check here, your credit card country. It has nothing to do with the power. See, that has no power. See, we get duped into doing stuff, and Satan don't mind. He loves for us to waste our time into doing religious stuff. Because then we forget where the power is. Like me walking around the house, and I can't find a light switch, and I need some power. I need to light a lamp. I got the plug, but I cannot find the outlet for some reason. And I'm just sticking it everywhere. I ain't going outside. I'm looking here. I'm asking my wife, do you know what the power? Oh, I think. Oh, well, let me call T.D. Jakes. Maybe he knows the power. What about Joe Osteen? Maybe he knows. I'm just calling names because they're familiar with the Maryland Hickey or whatever. See, we be looking for everything except this. Myself, no. There's a big sign over there with two prongs. G-O-D. God. And it's illuminating. It's flashing. Plug your lamp in here. And I'm running around doing all this other stuff because it's not looking like what I want. This other stuff looks better. I can go back. Oh, well, there was born, you know what, last week I was at T.D. Jakes' conference, man. You know, we had a great time down there. And the other barns looking like, what? He wouldn't say it, but he was there. I'm not impressed. That's still, what did that do? That did nothing. And I'm not speaking against T.D. Jakes, but we need to know that our faith comes from God. He said, I speak to you by demonstration of the Spirit and power of God. Come on now.
Yes.
Amen.
And now we get this faith. Oh Lord, we got this great faith. We believe. Now, what do we have to? How to demonstrate it? Let's turn to James, one of my favorite books. I know it's one of yours. That's the first book I preached from way back in the day. The book of James. Which I still think somebody be sneaking my Bible and move the books around. But for some reason, I guess, I know it's here. So it must still be. Must be over there. Oh, okay, there it is. James chapter 2. We're going to look at verse 14. James 2:14. And it says, what does it profit, my brother, when someone says he has faith but does not have works? Can faith save him? So works are corresponding action based on faith. So I mean, when we say we have faith, there's certain action that should be demonstrated that demonstrates that faith. That's the only way it works together. That's what works means here. So if a brother or sister is naked and destitute of food, and one of you say to them, depart in peace and be warmed and filled, but you do not give them the things which are needed for the body, what does it profit? It would be good to say in scripture. That's why I thought, they preach on TV, extend your hand here and pray this prayer for me. What? I don't know, some people go now, but But did anything, was that really in the spiritual change? I mean, I just down by 540s and stuff. Oh yeah, I'm all messed up. Let me stay my hand and pray. I'm gonna pass back out. I don't know, I know this is a supreme case, but no, works that are a demonstration of faith has to correspond with what is needed, and it's not just lip service. It's something that actually solves the situation.
Yes.
It's not just saying out there speaking Christianese. Oh yeah, you'll be healed, brother. See you later. But what does it say here? Because it doesn't profit. Verse 17 says, thus also by itself, if it does not have works, thus also faith by itself, if it does not have works, it's dead. It's dead.
That's right.
We can even believe, but if that belief never becomes a corresponding action based upon this faith, which is based upon the power and revelation that I got from the Spirit of God, it is dead, which means it is useless.
That's right.
It produces nothing.
Right.
And James continues, says, but someone will say, you have faith and I have works. Show me your faith without your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. It says, you believe there is one God, you do well. Even believe, the demons believe that, and they tremble. But do you want to know, O foolish man, that faith without works is dead? To say we believe and not have corresponding action based upon what we say we believe, that is dead, useless, powerless, unproductive, fruitless faith.
Amen.
The only problem is you can go in a bunch, get the analogy of a congregation that's said this congregation of Christ, and you walk in there and the individual spiritually, a bunch of dead fruit trees. No life is being produced. Now, they'll let other fruit trees come in there. They'll keep adding. But if you're not dead, if you stay there too long, you will die. Or death produces death.
Right.
And it's just as life produces life. So that faith is a reason for us to have faith, because it should be tangible. It should be identifiable. There are certain things we should to do based on the Word of God. It's just not like, extreme thing, like, oh, well, I have faith. I think I need to go to the rainforest for a couple of years and just witness to people. No, if God tells you to do that, do it. But that's not a demonstration. That don't mean you got that much faith. The faith means we look and we live for opportunities to impart God to one another. First and foremost, to the household of faith. faith. That's why I'm saying how the church, how some of the causes of the church got members and will neglect them. I need a problem. I got this, situation came, my car broke down, and more than I got a little financial, I got some flow problems, it's a cash flow problem for a short period of time. And you call the church, we got to check your tire. I'm like, never mind, I call Shady Sam. Lord, getting paid 25% interest by writing a check. You see, a check, there's no valid spiritual authority for anybody to say, I need to check what you did before I help you. That's not even scripture. Matter of fact, it's demonic. Because now we're like cheering people, and God said, He's no respecter of person.
That's right.
So I'm gonna have more favor for you. Oh, son, he's a big tither. I got to help him. Okay, you don't tithe, so I'm not gonna help you. See, that is evil. How did I get to? Oh, faith. Y'all forgive me. Sometimes I leave the reservation on my mouth. So we got to understand that this faith is so powerful, and our works has to be demonstrated to such a point that work is always based on that faith. So the things we do here at KCM, I don't have to go on and on and on. But we do things here that maybe, I think most people understand, the people that have been around, but the things we do is all based on building our faith and our relationship with one another. Yeah. But then, brothers and sisters, I don't know about y'all, but I cannot get to know people on an hour, 2 hours on Sunday. Yep. We deliberately want to do stuff somewhere else.
That's right.
That while it is not religious, it is extremely spiritual.
Yeah.
Amen.
Even both, right? Extremely, everything we do is extremely spiritual because we get to relate to each other. We get to know each other. But then it gets to the point, because I'm thinking, well, if you're going to assume leadership in the kingdom, I don't have to, go to Brother Bernard. Like, oh, brother, you need anything? I should know him well enough to know.
All right.
Wait a minute, there's something just not there. There's something troubling you. Because I know him and I know how he normally looks, and you can see when there's an awful, change. And see, we don't need to hide it. Oh, well, I ain't nothing about know I'm going through. Yes, please. Please let us know. That's what we're here for. It really is. Amen. It's like you live in a house and it's the winter time and your window broke out and you don't, I ain't gonna tell my parents the window broke. And snow and ice blowing in the, I ain't gonna tell anybody. You're in that frostbitten. You don't know, you ain't talking about it. You just keep going there, because you don't want to cause a problem. Look, you don't cause a problem with family. Family is never a problem. You have a relationship, there is no problem. And you know the power? If you have a problem, guess what? We all got the same problem. Even if we're not aware of it. That's faith at work, but we got to be connected in the spirit. We're not connected at all. If our relationships don't extend beyond all the time here, we need to nail the door shut and not ever come back in here again. Because it's not real. Last thing, then we're gonna, y'all gonna do it. No, yes, okay, good. I don't know. There's a lot going on, I don't know. I knew, but I want to be definitely sure. I was made aware, and I believed it. But I had to double check myself. I don't know, I have this habit sometimes people talk, my wife knows, I hear and I know it, but I got all kind of layers of calcium on here. Sometimes the words don't get through all of it, and it ricochets out of my people's head. Well, I know they told me that, but I forgot. Okay, let's turn to Hebrews 11. And we're going to conclude with this for today. Hebrews 11:1. And this is like the tradition of those who faith affirmation. And it's good because it is powerful, but I want to look at it in just a very short scenario here. Hebrews 11:1. Probably most of us, not all of us, can state it verbatim without reading it. But this is the writer of Hebrews saying, he says, now faith is the substance. Now what does that mean? Faith itself is the substance. That means faith is the essence. Yes. See, if you get the essence of something, that means that's what it really true. This is what it is irregardless of everything else.
All right.
It's like faith is like a great cake we had with Sister Jones. We had a great cake yesterday, but I ate way too much of it. But faith, if you see faith as that chocolate cake that I ate way too much of, the essence of that chocolate cake is not the cake per se, it's the ingredients, the basic ingredients that have to be put together in a combination to create that cake. The cake is not the essence. The ingredients is the essence. Because if you put something in there that doesn't belong, you don't get that cake. If we put something that doesn't belong, we don't get faith. So faith is the essence of things hoped for. It's the components of things hoped for. So without faith in things that we hope for, guess what? They're not going to materialize.
That's right.
Well, I can't go in and just put anything together and hope I have a beautiful chocolate cake. Especially I don't put any chocolate in it. But as Christians, we do that. We want to do stuff. Crazy stuff. Doesn't make absolutely no sense, but we want the results to be something what we desire. And I tell you, even some, we get trained to the point we trying to produce a chocolate cake without even putting ingredients together. Don't put it in the right proportion. Don't mix it up. Don't put it in the right pan. Don't even put it in the oven. Oh, God, I don't like it because he didn't give me what I want. God, wait a minute. You didn't follow the process. You produce a cake from nothing. You think you mean you just speak a cake into existence? Oh, I prayed about it. I fasted about it. You wasted your time. You should have put the ingredients together. You should have faith because that faith now becomes the essence. In other words, I can't rely on what I do. We can't rely on what we do. I have to rely on what God does. Because that's the essence of things hoped for. I'm hoping for this, but I'm relying on God to do it. I'm going to follow His instructions to produce it. Because He's going to produce it, not me. And it's also the evidence. What is the evidence? It's the proof. Yes. So once I'm aware that this is the essence, the fact that I have this essence of something that I hope for, my faith is in God, the fact that that faith itself becomes the proof of the evidence of what I hope for. So once we place it in God, it is already manifest. Spiritually. And if we truly align ourselves with what God says, the same we do, put all the ingredients together like Sister said for that cake, put that ingredients in the stove for the proper amount of time, at the proper temperature. After the fullness of time, the cake came out. See, once we display faith, and we do it, we know that we have that essence, we don't deviate from it. We don't make up a new essence. Oh, I've been moved now, so I'll go over here and do something else. No. And once we receive that this is the evidence that I've done what I need to do and I'm relying on God to do it, bro, all I do is set the temperature and I just have to wait for the process to finish. God may do it in a few minutes, like when I microwave stuff, and you might have to bake it for 45 minutes, 45 days, 45 months. I don't know. How long did Abraham wait? 20 years for his promise?
Hallelujah.
It's up to God. But he never deviated from God. So that's the important thing to believe, because if once we believe something, you can check what you believe, just check what you do. I always do that. Same thing over and over. I love it. Thank you so much for your attention. We went a little over, so ask the elders to prepare the elements for Holy Communion. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that word.